You know what also sounds wonderful? My 7-day forecast.
I know, I can't wait.
I'm just getting more and more eager to share this. It's spectacular news. All right, here's a couple of dates for you. First of all, May 8th.
Okay.
May 8th is the...
I have no idea.
Put you on the spot. The average first 80-degree temperature in Portland is May 8th.
Ah, okay. Fair.
I have an 80 in my 7-day forecast, by the way.
Wow.
How about this? April 30th, 1998.
It was 100 degrees.
It was 90 degrees.
Oh.
That was the earliest Portland has ever hit 90.
Wow.
Why am I bringing this up?
Why are you doing that?
Because some models are going so crazy warm that they're spitting out temperatures in the upper 80s for the end of this week.
Wow.
So, yeah.
One thing to another here.
One thing to another, exactly. Let's get to the map here. And if you are tired of the gloomy, wet weather, there is hope, and it is getting closer and closer. Check this out. This is the temperature probability as put forth by the Climate Prediction Center for April 28th through May 2nd. So basically the end of the month and into the next weekend. High confidence of above average temperatures, which also means, of course, dry weather, right? We're going to go into some dry, warm, sunny weather towards the end of this week. Here's a look at the jet stream forecast. Today, tomorrow, it's right over us, right? So we're getting a little wet this morning. We'll get wet tonight and early tomorrow. That then begins to lift to the north. Mind you, the jet stream is the storm track, right? And predominantly it has been carved out here over the Pacific Northwest for weeks and weeks and weeks. This is not something that we have seen for weeks and weeks and weeks. The jet goes way to the north. That allows a ridge of high pressure to set up shop right over us. And in fact, it kind of peaks right around Friday. So it really has the Northwest in its sights here to get us dry and warm. This means subsiding air. This probably will induce a little bit of an east wind through the gorge. Friday may wind up feeling downright summer-like with record or near record warmth in the Friday forecast. Friday's record high is kind of a soft record. It's 82, and I've got us at 82 on Friday. So that's a sign of things to come later on in our 7-day forecast, but it starts getting nice around Tuesday. All right, as far as today is concerned, as I mentioned, the rain that we were going to see today, most of it has already fallen, and the back edge of the steady rain now is working its way on up into the Cascade foothills. Now, that said, over the last 3 hours, you can see the progress this rain has made. There's still a couple of drips here through the Coast Range, and more importantly, we're still likely to see some showers pop today, and I'll show you Futurecast in a second. Right now, it's 53 in Hillsborough, 56 in Portland. Big perspective across the state this morning. 38 Baker City burdens, 42. You folks will warm easily into the upper 50s today. Here's a look at the bigger perspective here. One storm system that came through overnight, right on schedule. The rain is wrapping up right on schedule. No surprises here. Our next little piece of energy here, see it? It's kind of hard to see, but you see that little swirl in the clouds right there. That's going to come ashore later tonight and early tomorrow, much like the one that we had last night. So the time frame here means that a lot of the rain with this next system will fall while most folks are asleep, right, overnight tonight and early tomorrow. Rainfall today looks fairly sparse, right, unless you get a heavy shower, and then we could have a few hundredths of an inch of rain. Otherwise, today's going to be generally just kind of a mostly cloudy day, and Futurecast bears that out. Here we are as I roll the clock in the afternoon. You can see a few blips of green here on the map, so I don't think we're going to see those nice sun breaks that we saw yesterday, more in the way of cloud cover. Fast forward to tonight. Here comes our next weather system. But again, this is overnight. After midnight, we're getting wet. A little bit of snow in the Cascades. Not much, maybe a couple inches up the Cascade ski resorts. And then by early tomorrow morning, most of the steady rain shuts off. The difference for tomorrow is that the air aloft is a little colder, a little more unstable. So we probably will get peppered with some showers tomorrow afternoon, and then things dry out for days and days, and that is really, really nice to say. All right, Futurecast says temperatures climbing to the upper 50s, maybe near 60 again here in Portland. East of the Cascades, upper 50s and low 60s common. Baker City gets to 54. Prineville gets up to about 63. Well, we don't have time for drum roll, but how about that for a 7-day forecast?
Yeah.
65 on Tuesday. 74 Wednesday, pushing 80 on Thursday, and as I mentioned, 82. 82 is the record high for Friday. 50% of our model guidance goes above that for Friday. So high confidence that Friday is the warmest day of the week. High confidence that Friday now is in the 80s.
Looking like at least 80. Yeah,
like that?
for sure. Yeah, love it. Love it. Thanks, man.